Mark, we'll start with a quick fire round. I'll give you some names and you tell us whether we should be paying any attention to them or not. Linked with Stoke this week, Lassina Traore from Monaco.
Keep on, I thought you were going to do a list.
John Guidetti from Manchester City on loan. Dale Stevens on a transfer from Charlton. And then Bundesliga strikers Mama Diouf and Ivica Olic. Are any of those have any truth in them?
It's fair to say we're in the market for some players, but I wouldn't confirm or deny any of those names because I don't think that's the right thing to do. But it's fair to say we're like everybody else. We're trying to get an understanding of what's out there. We've done some work on a number of players that we think we can progress. But as always, if you flag some up, then that can highlight those players to other people as well, and it's a dog-eat-dog situation in January, and you can sometimes find that you lose a player just by virtue of people knowing about it. So that never changes. That's how it always is in January. So we try and play our cards close to our chest, to be perfectly honest, and when we've got something to announce, we will do it because that's the right time to do it. But if you just throw petrol on the flames, then sometimes you can get burnt. So we'll try and do our business as quickly and as quietly as we can and see where it takes us.
Would it be fair to assume that the striking department is an area of the field that you?
Yeah, we're looking at that. We've got Kenwin and Peter Crouch, and we think we need more options up front just to make sure that we're covered from now to the end of the season.
You've turned Stephen Ireland's loan move into a permanent deal. What does that say about how impressed you've been with him since he's came in?
We're looking to that. I'm not sure if it's actually finalised. That's the intention. I think we've had conversations with Aston Villa, and we'd like to think that can be concluded. So it just gives, if it does happen, then obviously it frees up another loan for us, a domestic loan. So that will give us a little bit of flexibility, which will help. And we'll try and use that loan in a good way. So we're pleased if it does come off, which we have no reason to think it won't, and Stephen will join us permanently, and credit to him because since he's been here he's done really well.
Back to the Premier League this weekend, big game with Liverpool coming to the Britannia. Still only one defeat in the Premier League at home for Stoke City this season. What's so different about Stoke when they play at home to how they've been on the road?
Difficult to say. We're very good at home. We're very solid. We've got a good threat as well. I think sometimes away from home we've been involved in games where we've been disappointed by circumstances in games. The Newcastle game obviously springs readily to mind. Other games we've been in good positions and been playing well, but haven't seen games out. Other times we play poorly. So probably what I'm saying is that we haven't been as consistent in our performances away from home as we have been at home, because at home for the best part we've been very good and gone up against really top class teams in the Premier League and acquitted ourselves really well. So we need to change that around, because away form will be key for us in coming weeks, but feel certain if we continue in the same vein in terms of our home performance, and that's going to help our away performances anyway. So we've got to maintain how well we're playing at home. If we do that, then away performances and results will follow, I'm sure.
When you reflect on that opening day of the season game at Anfield, you lost it 1-0 of course, but had chances, most notably a late penalty. Is it still a reflection you have with tinged with disappointment?
Yeah, we've had a number of games like that. I think the abiding memory of the Liverpool game was basically that we all felt we'd acquitted ourselves really well. We'd made a good impression. We were very much in the game. Had an opportunity to take something out of the game, obviously late on. Unfortunately, John missed the penalty, but we felt coming out of the game really positive in terms of our own performance. But it was fair to say at the time, I think we all recognised that Liverpool were going to have a good season, and we discussed it. And I remember doing so, discussed it almost immediately after the game, almost everybody, players and staff at Stoke, felt that Liverpool looked in good nick and were likely to have a good season just by virtue of their movement and their play and their technical abilities. So the progress they've made this year really hasn't surprised anybody here, because we saw it in evidence in the first game of the season.
That was your first competitive game in charge of Stoke as well. Played 20 now in the Premier League. How much does this squad of players come on? How different are Stoke to that then?
Well, we've got a better understanding of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. Obviously, it was first time out, and at times we probably overplayed on occasions, and other times where we didn't play when we should have done. So it was about, certainly in the early start of the season, about getting the balance right in terms of making sure we're trying to play in a certain way, but doing it at the right time in the right areas, and we've become better as a team in that respect, as you would imagine, because we've had more time on the training ground, played more games, so we're more adept at what we were trying to do on the first day of the season. So I think we've come a long way. I've said that numerous occasions. I think we've progressed as a team. I feel confident that we'll continue in that same vein in the second half of the season.
So when you look at Liverpool, obviously Steven Gerrard played in the FA Cup win for them last weekend. Dean Sturridge is going to be available for selection as well. As two players go, along with Luis Suarez, how important are they, and how much more difficult does it make for you as an opposing manager to prepare for them?
Yeah, of course, when you mention those two players and you add them to the quality that Liverpool have at the moment as well, like Suarez, obviously, is outstanding playing at a different level to most strikers in the Premier League at this moment in time. I noted that I think he got Player of the Month this year as well, and that doesn't surprise anybody given the quality of his performances. So you add another two players of the calibre of Sturridge and Gerrard, then it's a heady mix. So you know you're up against a quality side. But in fairness, I mean, over the years, recent games against Liverpool have certainly at the Britannia have been good for us. So we want to continue that run of form against Liverpool at home. We've shown capability this year of matching the top teams in the league, which Liverpool this year undoubtedly are. We've beaten Chelsea. Obviously, I did good draws against Man City and Everton. Could have won the Everton game, obviously. So we're not fazed by going up against a very good Liverpool side. I think we're in good form ourselves, and we'll look forward to it.